Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tanya. I'm a musician, blogger, passive income and SEO specialist. And today we're going to be talking about how to use Google Search Console to see if every page on your website has been indexed by Google. In other words, people can find it on Google. So grab your cup of coffee and let's get into it. Okay, so I put a post up on my Instagram the other day, and if you're not following me on Instagram, it's at dr.TanyaLawson. I'll link it down below. But I put a post on my Instagram page the other day talking about how important it was to make sure that every page on your website is indexed. Because if it is not indexed by Google, there's no way people are going to find it in a Google search result. And I got this comment. Thank you for sharing this. As a new blogger, I'm still working on figuring it all out. How can I check to see if my pages are indexed? And if one person has this question, I'm guessing there are more people out there who have this question. So I thought I would film a helpful video about it. Hopefully this is your cup of tea. If not, check out the next video and let's look at exactly how to make sure your website is indexed in Google Search Console. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to do to see if your pages have been indexed is go to Google Search Console. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. And the first one is super easy. You can use this bar right here to put in any URL for your site. So I'm going to go over here to my content tracker and just pick one at random. Let's see. I know this one is indexed, so I'm gonna hit copy and I'm gonna come over here and I'm just gonna put it in and I'm gonna hit enter. So it's checking and there it is. URL is on Google. This page is indexed. You know it's good. Now, what if one's not indexed? So I'm gonna grab this one and I know this one is not indexed because I literally hit publish on this blog post less than 5 minutes ago. So if it is indexed, that's a miracle. So we're going to hit that one in. Okay, so now this says here, URL is not on Google. Okay, so what you do is you can come over here and click request indexing. Now, it's going to first of all test the URL and make sure that it can be indexed. Because if for some reason it's not live, it's not on the internet, it can't be indexed. And this takes a second. It depends on how busy Google is at the moment. Okay, now it's submitting request and index has been requested. So the URL was added to a priority crawl queue. Submitting a page multiple times will not change its queue or position. Got it. That has been indexed. Now that's a fast, easy way to do it. And if you only have a handful of web pages, that's a good way to do it. Otherwise, if we go back to the overview here, which is the first page you get to when you get to Google Search Console, you can see right here we have indexing. Okay, this is an option. So we're going to come over here and we're going to see our full report. Okay, so this shows us there are 275 pages not indexed and 113 indexed. And I know this seems like a lot, but there's a reason for this, okay? And this is not out of the ordinary. Don't freak out if you see a lot. Okay, so here's some reasons why. There's a page with redirects, some 404s. That's from an old version of this website. Some are just excluded by no index tags, which I've done on purpose. So all of these can be there. Now, what we want to know is we want to just take a look at the ones that aren't indexed. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out these non-indexed posts and see if they should be. We're going to look down here, and the one we really care about are the crawled, currently not indexed, and the discovered. We're going to start with discovered because you can see that there are two there. So that'll be easy. So I have two affected pages. This is a student resources test page and a thank you page. I don't want either of those indexed, so I am fine with that. Now let's go look at the crawled currently not indexed, okay? So now as you're looking through, this is not anything I put on there. These are from where somebody owned this website a long time ago, so that's totally fine. My website has nothing to do with jellyfish. We don't need that. Now there's 171 to go through. So all of these with these weird tags, I don't care about. Iguanas, Gila monsters, no. Okay, now see this one right here that says dash feed? This one is indexed, but it's also in the feed, and they don't index it twice. So don't worry about anything that says feed. And I check regularly to make sure my pages are indexed, so there may not be any unindexed things here. Yeah, so all of mine have been indexed. Now I'm going to give you another example. This is from an old blog of mine, which I have not currently kept up to date, and it's got some work to do. It's going to be on my list, and you can see the performance on this thing is all over the place, and that is solely because I have not taken care of it. So, and this is a perfect example of how old SEO tactics just don't work anymore, because this is using old SEO tactics, and I have not updated them. So let's check out the indexing on this one. So we're going to check out our full report. Only 40 pages are indexed. So let's check out this crawled, currently not indexed system here. So this is what I wrote. We want this to be indexed. So these are perfect examples of posts that need to be indexed. Now I could copy them and put them in here and get them indexed. I've actually run them through a paid thing to get them indexed, and they still didn't index. So this tells me I know that there's something wrong with this. Okay, so we've got the best coffee to drink black. Let's take a look at this, and let's talk about why it doesn't work anymore, okay? So I've got like my little introduction, and I even have a little guide, a table of contents here. What is black coffee? Now, is there anything in here that tells you up at the very top what is the best coffee to drink black? I am not answering this question in the very first part of here. Therefore, this is not user-friendly. Okay, we've got the best overall, the best light roast. We really break it down here, and that's all good. But we're not submitting user questions. So we've got some broken images in here. That was a link, but I don't have links through here. I need to go in and add links to make it easy for people to go through these. I need to explain a little bit more about each of these. Okay, so best for cold brew. Once again, I don't have, the only link I have on here were the images, which are broken. So basically, you can see how this needs a lot of work. Okay, benefits of black coffee. It's rich in antioxidants. So this is all good, but okay, so I'm talking about the benefits of black coffee and how it's rich in antioxidants. Well, I'm not a doctor, so how do I know this? Now, I could boost this by going through and finding a link to an article talking about how coffee is rich in potassium, magnesium, and link that. And that's going to give me a little more authority. So all of this needs some work. Okay, so I have some of that in here. Here's the Journal of Neurological Results. So some of that is in there, and that's good. How to brew black coffee. Well, I don't have any pictures in here either. So if I had pictures of me brewing coffee in a drip coffee maker or in a Keurig or in a French press, that would help show my authority as well. But this is a perfect example, and this blog used to do really well. It used to get lots of affiliate commission and get lots of page views, and now it's not even indexed on Google because it no longer meets Google's criteria. This is why it's so important to make sure that you are on top of Google's criteria. Okay, so now you have two ways to check if your web pages are indexed on Google, and you can now start getting them indexed. But if you go through all of that and realize Google is still not indexing them, there's a good chance that there may be a problem with your content. Remember, Google just put out a helpful content update. I talk all about that in my blogging membership. We did a whole class on it, but Google wants to make sure that your content is helpful to the reader and user-friendly. SEO has changed and Google has changed what they think is important. So I really suggest you look at your content and see if it's meeting Google's qualifications and guidelines if you're still not getting indexed. And if all of this just right over your head, I totally get it. This used to confuse me too. That is exactly why I created my blogging membership, Creative SEO, to break all of this down into really simple, actionable steps that even my grandma would understand. And I wanted to make it as accessible as possible to as many people as possible, so it literally costs less than a tank of gas a month. So if that's something you're interested in, I will link it down below. And until next time, peace out.